Aquarius, hi, and welcome to your snapshot reading. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, Venus, Jupiter placements, but we're comprised of all 12 signs, and those aren't the only areas where you could have Aquarius in your chart. So if you clicked on this video, just understand that you were brought here for a reason, and so I hope you hear all that you need at this time, okay? There was no coincidence in you finding me. So let's get into it, Aquarius. Bottom of the deck, I did see the Page of Wands. You guys might have the hots for a fire sign. Now, overlying energy at this time, you guys have the Four of Wands. You're excited about life. You're going on adventures. You're being invited to these parties, these extravagant parties at that, especially if it's hosted by a fire sign. We know how to throw a damn party. And you guys as well. You guys know how to party. You guys don't mind going out and dancing, you know what I'm saying, and just meeting new people. So energy is good. Your vitality has increased. Your libido as well may have increased. I feel like you guys are really understanding what's important, and you're honoring those things that are important, and you're finding comfort in who you are. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel more comfortable with the person that you are becoming at this time. You feel very secure in your position and where you're at and what you're growing at this time. Chris, that hounds you have the Eight of Cups. But I feel like you guys are, though you may want a family, there's something about love that you're running from, in a sense, right? You have all of these great things. You have everything that you could need except for the love that you want in your life here. Subconscious desires is what the number 4 speaks to. It's Cancer's house. Okay, what lies beneath the surface, what it is that you're trying to repress, again, or run away from. So it's like you have everything that you want except for this great love. Look, the Knight of Wands. And I'm sorry, it was the Knight of Wands, not the Page. He was at the bottom. I'm telling you, you guys have the hots for. All right, Aquarius, sorry. Oh my gosh, my face. My foundation has SPF in it, and it makes me like just super oily, but my camera cut, so I had to charge it for a quick 20 minutes, but I'm going to have to speed through the rest of this video because the sun's going down and I've been using natural lighting for these videos. But as I was saying, you guys have everything that you could possibly want in life. Life is great, life is good, life feels good. You have regained your focus, your strength, your stability, you know what I'm saying, your comfort in life. You're just in a good place, and you feel like you have everything that you could possibly need except the love of your life, right? Except for love. That's one thing that you don't have in your life currently. What's real about the situation, you have the Empress card. You're mature enough for love, right, and companionship. You've learned enough. You're wealthy enough, right? Your material possessions are where they need to be at this time for you to be able to call in a love and to be able to sustain it as well, again, by way of your own maturity levels here with the Empress energy that's coming through. But what's wrong about the situation, you have the Knight of Swords. I feel like if you're interested potentially in somebody that you see that can be like the mother of your child, right, you see a great future in, I feel like you guys are falling into your defense mechanism here with this Page of Swords, and you're detaching yourself in a way. Like, when you become really interested in somebody, you tend to detach and or become cold because you don't want anybody to get too close or to really know you that well. You kind of like being the oddball that nobody can figure out. You like being perceived as a complex individual or as like an asshole, you know what I'm saying? But you're doing that to the wrong person. It's okay to have that hard exterior, you know what I'm saying, and to be that like brute type of professional, calculated person in the workplace, right, and in your external environment with strangers and people that you don't know. But it's then challenging for you to have to turn your persona and to turn that switch off, right, when it comes to dealing with somebody that you love romantically and being a little bit more warm and inviting. You're very capable of this, right? For those that actually do know you well and know you on that intimate level, like your close friends and family, because the Empress is the number 3 and the 3rd house is Gemini's house, which speaks to like friends and family and stuff like that. You know you're capable of that because you give that so freely to them. So it's just exercising also that muscle, if you will, in matters of the heart, and coming off in a different way, showcasing a more, what is that called, like approachable, exercising a more approachable personality when you're dealing with people here. Where you need more information, you have the 5 of Wands. This can be self-inflicted. This can be ego, right? Power trips, potentially. Some people that maybe you have dealt with in the past, that's been a problem, and that's what's kept you from being able to mature relationships and ascend them into the 7th house, to where they become more long-term in essence. You know what I'm saying? There's been power trips where everybody wants to wear the pants, you know what I'm saying? It's learning how to be more malleable, okay, in matters of the heart and relationships, and understanding that things will ebb and flow, you know what I'm saying? There are times when it's appropriate for you to wear the pants, and for you to be the leader in the relationship, for you to be the strong one in the relationship, you know what I'm saying? When your other person feels weak, or when they're down and out, and when they need that support, you know what I'm saying, and you being that shoulder to lean on, there are times when it's appropriate for you to be that person, and then there are times when it's appropriate for your woman or your man to hold that, you know what I'm saying, to hold that torch, right, pass that baton, if you will, and let them do what they do best, okay? With the 5 of Wands, really with the number 5, it's understanding what the strengths and the weaknesses are here, that each of you guys possess. And so letting people do what they do best, again, like what that person's strengths are, and then you doing what you do best. There's no need to have ego in the relationship. It's also having to watch for that. Also having to watch for attitudes here, when things don't go your way, right? When you don't get what you want in a relationship. It's learning how to compromise and find the middle ground, okay? So those are things that you just have to be mindful of. Maybe those were certain themes that, again, came up in other past relationships, right? Flings or romances. And so this is really going to be a test then. If companionship is something that you feel like you're missing and something that you're trying to call into your life, then it's going to test, again, your preparedness, your readiness for this, to see if you have really learned these lessons, and to see how you handle situations then going forward with this person that can come in if they're not already in your life here. Best case scenario, final outcome, you guys have the Ace of Coins and the King of Coins. So this is, again, just being honorable, being respectful of everybody's opinions, okay? Taking people into consideration. We are in Libra season, so it's thinking of others, right? Extending outside of ourselves, which you Aquarians tend to do pretty naturally, but more so just generally from a humanitarian or a philanthropic standpoint, right? People that, again, you don't have a close relationship to, it's a lot easier for you to just be open and generous in that sense. But in matters of partnerships, then coming back is just being more considerate and or thoughtful. So like getting somebody a thoughtful gift, you know what I'm saying? Not something that is just material in nature, but something that they can have with them and that they can appreciate for a long time. You know, doing those things, taking your person out on dates and spending quality time with your person, really getting to know your person. A lot of people tend to get too comfortable once they get into a partnership, because they feel like, okay, now I have this person, they're not going anywhere because we've exchanged those vows or we've made that initial commitment. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going to change. It's going to stay like how it is forever. And so it's having to dismantle that ideology and understand that every year, by the minute, people change, really, right? People's desires and people's emotional needs change by the minute. So it's always having those conversations, and giving those that like reassurance, and understanding that we're multifaceted individuals, okay? And so what you may think you know about somebody, don't make it seem like everybody is just so predictable. Yeah, humans on a grand scheme and on a grand level are predictable, right? There are certain patterns that we always engage in no matter what, you know what I'm saying? In every decade you can see a lot of the same similar themes coming up with people, but at the same time it's like, don't hold that same expectation with your partner, right? You're not going to be the same person that you were in your 20s when you are in your 40s, you know what I'm saying? So it's learning and relearning what you guys like about each other, right? What you guys' interests are, just picking each other's brains, and just understanding each other's character, right? And each other's personality a lot more. And being more understanding and forgiving when it's required, and exercising a lot more patience when required, and affording people the opportunity to feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Creating a safe haven, right? For yourself and for others. With this King of Coins, you can be calling in an earth sign. That's somebody that's coming into your life next, right? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, or these are placements within your own natal chart that you're having to look a little bit more closely at. Finances, again, look really well. If you don't have love in your life, that's okay, because there are so many other things that are bringing joy into your experience at this time, namely money and career or creative projects, your purpose. You may have found what your mission is. Some of you guys might be doing a lot of mission work, okay? And so that is what's bringing you joy right now, and just be grateful for the place that you are in right now. You're exactly where you need to be. Things are unraveling exactly as they are supposed to. So don't overthink and think that you've been missing opportunities, right? That you've missed out on love. You haven't. You know what I'm saying? But for some of you guys, love is staring you straight in the face. The person that you need to have in your life is in your midst, is in your actual environment. You see how she's out, like, in nature, you know what I'm saying? So this person can be very well like in front of your face, but somebody that you didn't consider at one point, you know what I'm saying, on a romantic level. It's somebody that you may have potentially friend zoned, with the Empress being the number 3, and again going to Gemini's house. Okay, so maybe now you're taking a second look at this person, you know what I'm saying, here, and affording that person the opportunity. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be indulging in, if not culture and language and things like that, that may interest you as far as accumulating more knowledge. If this has nothing to do with accumulating wealth, then you guys are like indulging in your aesthetics, like your appearance. So that might be changing at this time. As I always say, you know, you look good, you feel good, you do good. So you guys might be changing your wardrobe, your hairstyle, you know, buying yourself some shoes. We are in Libra season, you know, they are Venusian ruled. So looks may be taking more of a center stage, or more of a primary focus at this time, more so than usual, because you guys aren't typically the vain type of individuals. But at this time, you wanting to improve your space, improve your home, you know what I'm saying? Again, your looks and or your character, exercising a lot more. You might be changing your diet so that you can have that glowing skin, right? That even soft skin, supple skin, if you will. Buying fragrances, but just doing more things that are surrounding your identity and the way that you appear before the world, right? And the impression that you leave upon the world in doing so here. Or you guys are just working again on your confidence. You guys might have been feeling a little self-conscious, and that's why you haven't been flirting or putting yourself out into the dating realm, because you don't really know how to flirt, you know, or be playful. But again, what's wrong about the situation then is just you guys are taking yourselves a little bit too seriously. You're too rigid and you're too stiff. So that's what I have for you, Aquarians. If this reading resonated, give me a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe for more, and do book a reading with me should you need it. But if I don't hear from you in a private session and you don't comment in the comment section below, then just do take care of yourself and your soul until you hear from me again, okay? Ciao.